Chapter 3. The Girls Who Taught Their Village. Before we begin, people who belong to the section of lower income do not show much interest in sending their children to school. It happens because these people are more interested in sending their children to do petty jobs in order to earn some money and thus add to the family income. The Government of India provides free education to all children up to the age of 14. But this model scheme alone cannot bring a change in India's literacy rate. What steps should be taken to educate poor children? Tabassum, Tarannum and Rubina have changed the face of the little village of Sajoy near Varanasi for good. There was a time when no child in the village took education seriously. Girls would drop out of school to help their mothers, and the people of the village refused to see the importance of a good education. In our village, nobody studied. We, the three of us, were the only ones who finished school and went on to study further. Some of the children had never even stepped out of the village. The children from the basti start working at a young age and ignore their education, says Tabassum. The girls decided to take matters into their own hands. They started going door to door to ask students to go to school. They got in touch with the Human Welfare Association, an NGO in Varanasi, which trained them to take on this challenge and provided them with every possible support. The girls found a small public place where they started a school. The school was meant for children who had never stepped out of their home or had dropped out of school because of any problem. It was very difficult in the beginning. Students would just not show up, but we knew if we gave up easily, our mission would remain incomplete. We would go to their houses every day and ask them to come to our school. And finally, after 6 months of doing this, students started coming to school without us having to drag them from their homes, Tabassum recalls. In the first month, they had 35 students, but after a year, they managed to enroll over 170 students in the school. However, the battle was only half won as far as they were concerned. The biggest challenge was to bring in the girls who had left school altogether. Their parents did not want these girls to leave their homes. They thought going to school was a waste of time for them, as they could do household work during the day, she says. But the trio were not ready to let go of their dream of educating the girls in their village. They started a small tailoring training center at the school so that the families would let their daughters come there. When the girls came to learn tailoring, we started teaching them as well. Many parents got angry and asked us why we were teaching them when they had been sent to learn tailoring. We would tell them that tailoring requires some measurements and calculations, and a basic education is necessary for that, Tabassum says. Their efforts led to the transformation of the village. When they first started their school in 2007, only 2 or 3 people in the village were educated. Now 90% of the children, including girls, go to school. The greatest triumph for the girls came when not just the children but their mothers too began to show an interest in education. There are several women in the village now who no longer use their thumb impressions as signatures. They can now sign their own names. But all this was not easy. We faced many challenges. The people of the village would shout at us and say that we were a bad influence on their girls. It was humiliating. We would go home and cry. But it was our parents' support that kept us going. Without them, we wouldn't have achieved anything, says Tabassum. There was even a time when the people of the village asked them to leave the public space where they ran their school. So they started teaching from their own homes. It used to hurt us when people said that we wouldn't be able to do anything just because we were girls. But we have proved everyone wrong, she says. Today, the people who used to mock them are coming forward to support them, as they see a positive change in the village. The people of the village even came forward and arranged for electricity so that the fans and lights would work in the school. We can't give the children certificates, so we give them a good education and help them connect to good schools, said Tabassum. The trio has managed to work successfully with over 150 children so far, and they continue to get more admissions every year. Along with teaching, the girls are now completing their college education. They are studying information technology. We would just like to say this to everyone: please let your daughters and sons study and do whatever you can for your village people as they need you, concludes Tabassum.